Okay, so today we are going to talk about step 3 of my 7-step process to health and happiness with diabetes. What we're going to do today is decide on the specific action that you need to take to achieve your goals. In essence, you will begin to migrate yourself into diabetes success. So let me explain to you how the mind works, right? Because we always talk about the mind as one entity, but the reality is that the mind has 3, if not 4 layers. I think it's 4 layers, but we're starting with the 3 layers that are relevant right now for your program. So on the outer level, you have your cognitive, which is what you know, right? So everything that you've learned, that you've studied, everything the doctors told you about diabetes care, your diabetes educators told you about how to manage your diabetes, how to count carbs, how to take your medication, how to plan for a trip, how to eat, and all of that, right? So that's all on the cognitive level, that's what you know. Then you have the affective level of the mind, and the affective level of the mind is really how you relate. So how you relate with how are your feelings about your diabetes, how you relate to other people, how do you feel about your relationship with regard to other people? Do you spend much time with what they think, right? For example, how do you judge yourself? How do you think that others judge you? That's all of on the affective level. And then there's a third level, which is the cognitive level, and that explains why you act your way. So why is it that you take certain action? Why is it that certain advice from your doctors you follow and others you don't? Right. So that's the 3 levels of the mind. So the reasons why you do not succeed in the diabetes care on those 3 levels of the mind. On the cognitive level, you have not enough skills, knowledge, or judgment, right? So you may not know how to count carbs. You may not know how to inject insulin. You may not know how to take your medication. You may not know how to go on an international travel and manage time zone differences, for example. So these are many reasons why your blood sugar spikes or drops, or you cannot balance it in the way that you want to. On the affective level, you have like low motivation. Right? You talk a lot about diabetes, anxiety. You may feel that you're not worth it anymore because you're defect, right? Or you're not a healthy person, or you brought this disease upon yourself. You may even think that why me, right? All of that, and you may not have the desires or behavior anymore. For example, to make the changes that you need to make. Some of the changes are hard, right? There's no denying it, that you will need to make changes that will test you in terms of what you eat, how you manage your life, how you manage your environment, how you feel about yourself, and all of that. So if you don't have that aligned, yes, it's going to be hard to succeed in the diabetes care. And on the cognitive level, you have like those misplaced efforts that cause fatigue without positive results. And I explained it a little bit, but we all are born with very specific, unique strengths and talents. I have talents that you don't have. You have talents that I don't have, right? So, and we're all different. We all have a little bit of a different makeup. And if we cannot use our talents in our diabetes care, you will not succeed either. And I will give you some examples in a moment. But before we go there, here is a legal disclaimer that I need to give you at this point, because legally, I'm not allowed to give you any medical advice, and I won't, right? So please take some moment here to read here what is on screen. I do want you to know that the medical information that I'm sharing here is as is, and it's really like from my experience, it pertains to me and not to other people. I will also give you some information on Kolbe wisdom, which is a set of tools that helps you to work on the cognitive level of the mind. However, Kolbe Corp does not want me or any other consultant to use Kolbe wisdom in anything that is healthcare related. So what I'm doing here is I will share with you what has worked for me, and the observations that I made. I will not, under any circumstance, give you any advice how you can use that. You should use that yourself. And as with everything that I'm doing, that also is true for my book. You must not rely on the medical information in this workshop or webinar as an alternative to medical advice and care from your doctors. So, and never ever delay seeking medical advice, disregard medical advice from your doctors, or discontinue any medical treatment because of information you have from this workshop or for anything that you may perceive I have suggested. Everything I suggest is my experience, and if you have any specific questions about any medical matter, please consult your doctor or any other professional healthcare provider. I am not one of them. I am a coach and educator, and I'm sharing with you my personal experience.